Hey guys, Sportshot here, and we're going to be going over everything that you guys need to know about the Hunter class in Krunker.io. Now, this new series that I'm going to be doing, this is going to be the first test episode, so I would like it if you guys gave me some constructive criticism in the comments, saying basically what you did and didn't like. Stuff like that, you know, maybe stuff that I should add, stuff that I should remove. You know, just tell me all that stuff in the comments. But anyway, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first stats that we're going to be going over, and arguably the most important, are the speed stats. So just as a kind of, I guess, a discretion, I don't know really what to call it, I'm going to be using the pistol as my main measurement for a secondary, as this is the most common secondary for all classes, and that includes the Hunter class. Anyway, now let's get into the speed stats. So under the speed stats here, the rifle will limit your speed by a 5% decrease, which is very unnoticeable, especially if you can strafe correctly. And then the pistol will actually give you a 5% speed increase, and the knife will give you a 10% speed increase, or whatever melee / secondary you have. Now on to damage stats of your rifle. You will be able to headshot everybody except for the light machine gunner. You will be able to body shot everybody except for the light machine gunner and the rocket launcher, and you will not be able to one-shot limb shot everybody. So that is about it for damage. Now let's get on to some other stats of your rifle. Oh, something that I forgot to mention in the last clip, your base damage will be 100 for the rifle, so you will do a 100 damage body shot. Got my words mixed up there a little bit. And I believe your headshots will do 125 or 130 damage. I'm not exactly sure what the multiplier is on that. If you do know, correct me in the comments down below. Anyway, now let's get on to some separate stats. Alright, so some timing stats for the weapon. Your swap time, so when you are swapping from different weapon to this weapon, that will be 300 milliseconds or a third of a second, so it's pretty insignificant, but you still can get killed in that period of time. Your aim speed is only 120 milliseconds, so that's why quick scopes on this gun aren't very difficult as long as you have your aim down. Now your reload time is where a slight problem will be, as that is 1.5 seconds. So definitely if you're in a fight and you have to reload like I did there, you are probably going to die if you do not get out of there quick. Now obviously you have 3 bullets in your magazine. Damage drop will drop up to 30 damage, so you should still be able to get one shots, but at a range of 1000, I think that would be feet in Krunker, your damage will drop completely to 0, as that is where your range will end. And on a last note for the sniper rifle, it can penetrate through all materials except for buildings, boxes, such as crates and barrels, and yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, it can penetrate through every single penetratable object. Now I'm not going to be covering the melee or the secondary stats, whichever you use. I'm not going to be covering those because I deserve that their stats and like kind of tips and tricks and all that, they should deserve their own videos where I could group all 3 of the secondaries, and I could group well, just the melee really. So tell me what you guys think about that in the comments, or should I include all the stats in one video? Anyway, let's get into some more character specific stats. So these character specific stats, now that running speed is based purely on which weapon you're holding as of, I believe, like update 1.5, whichever update you were able to pick up weapons and stuff in. Now, that made it so your speed is purely weapon specific, so whichever weapon you're holding will dictate your speed. The only thing that we have to go over is your 60 health, which is in fact the lowest health in the game, which will make you especially vulnerable to rocket launchers and things like shotguns and the akimbo Uzis, FAMASs, really basically everything. So the trick is here is to get your speed up. That's what your knife is for. Alright, so now for this portion of the video, I'm going to be going over some kind of tricks and tips and stuff like that. So first thing here with aiming, you're going to definitely want to, if you want to be a sniper main, or this is really just specific advice for any straight firing weapon except for the rocket launcher, you're going to want to have your crosshair, that's that little red square in the middle of my screen. I made a video on how to change that. You're going to want that to be small, and either really small, or you can have a hollow square kind of like I do there, so that you can actually see specifically where you're aiming on the enemy. Now if you do not have great reaction time, you're going to, as soon as you see the enemy, probably want to scope in and then trail in using your scope reticle. And for the sniper, I do recommend using a scope reticle, like a custom one that you can turn your scope borders off for, so then you get more field of vision in your scope, therefore you can see people much easier and faster, and you can basically do better target acquisition. And some tips regarding ammunition and kind of like reaction time. You're definitely going to need high reaction time to play this class, but don't let that scare you. You can jump right into it and just get into it. And also, something that definitely will not hurt you is having high mobility. That means being able to fly around the map. Now, I haven't completely mastered that yet, but as you can see, I'm okay at it. So yeah, that's about that for that. Also, if you do get into a sticky situation where you're at low health or you're out of ammo, just try to run. Or switch to your secondary if you have no chance and you just have to try to get the kill. You can switch to your secondary and try to use that. But yeah, it's never worth it to reload in a fight. Always switch to your secondary or run. So those are that's everything you need to know about the hunter class, more specifically the sniper, really, in this episode or this video. So tell me in the comments down below, like I said before, what you guys thought of this episode, what I could improve on, what I could add, what I could remove, all that kind of stuff. Give me some criticism so I can make these videos a lot better. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.